We have an exciting lineup for you today, and team, bless you guys and enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Well, it's a privilege to be with you.
Okay, so what they've done is they've done a pre-show or a pre-service kind of setup. They tell you what's going to happen. They introduce you to the church, and then they go straight into the actual
Again, and
church.
there's no
And
better place to
if we
be.
go right through, you'll see it's the worship.
Giving to God
Okay,
himself.
introductions.
So consider what you
on the news. Then probably.
And then there's the message. And let's say they do some exciting stuff. For instance, they do post-show comments, if you will. And I'm going to show you the YouTube channel in a moment. I just wanted you to see this is what they link to from their website.
Wow, what an amazing word from.
So just like you have your rugby and you have post comments after the game, they do the same thing, and this is the pastor and at the end. So that's what you see on the main church. You find out more. So yeah, you can get directions, you can book what should expect your first visit for your kids, what do I wear, very clear setting expectations and exactly what's going to happen. You can ask for prayer, and there's the kind of their I think their email list. So click on about. It takes you to where I've shown you before. You click on visit. Okay, we've shown you that page before. So they point to that in two different places. Let's see what they do with their sermons. Okay, so it seems like their plugins are not working. That sometimes happens. Okay, so you can, it's kind of like a media page, if you will. So you can go and download these images, right, and use them as, let's say, evangelism tools, if you will. There's fun wallpapers. So they've created a lot of media that you can use. And as you can see on every image, there's a branding that's being done. So they give you the tools to promote their church, which is great. All right, there's a contact page with the address, everything that you need there. Okay, and then banking details. So you can become a financial partner. You can register for that. Okay. And you can give to missions as well. So very clear website. So let's dig into the actual media. I want to play around on their the YouTube a little bit. Okay. And I want to show you the different things that they do on the different social media platforms. So first of all, a series that they do. Okay, and this is, let's go and have a look at it a little bit. This is just sermon format. Let's see how they've edited it.
So this morning I have the opportunity to welcome Pastor Jack, and he is the senior pastor.
So straight into the message, no worship. So I'm assuming, and I think what they're doing is they do a live stream, right, where it's the worship, etc. And obviously there are commercial rights that's needed there. So here they dive straight into the message where the pastor's introduced, and here is Jack, Pastor Jack,
Everybody,
coming up and speaking.
to those that are wondering about my tooth, it has been miraculously restored via the dentist, I should say.
Okay, so there's a series that they post, and as you can see, it's just the the message that they posted there. Now here, a new series also, just their message.
Good morning.
Okay,
Welcome.
straight into the message. Now, some other elements I want to show you, things that are doing awesomely, is this is a series called Timeout. Now you'll see here by the time months ago, that one's 2 months ago. But if you go and let me show you the format here. I think this is a motivational series that's done regularly, and I think we'll see
Hyaluronic acid.
better on the Facebook page how this is done. I think this is more active on there.
God showed me that there's a massive war coming. And if you hear this morning, you say, Jack, how will that affect me? How will that be?
Okay, so obviously a very serious message for Pastor Jack here. And just look at how he does inlays for the scriptures.
Interesting that Jesus prophesied in 2,000 years ago, in Matthew 24, verse 6. He said there will be
I've
wars.
actually watched this a couple of weeks ago. All right, so this is like a daily series that he does, and then there's an outro as well. So all the good and professional media elements are there. That
I'm going to catch you next week.
So did you see him reaching out for the camera? He switches it off. So he did that with his mobile, and here they post-produced it with a outro. So you're also promoting like a new series, and next time there's the playlist. Okay, so that's really cool. Then here's another awesome segment that they do right after the church service. Okay, I've seen that one and that one. Let me show you this one. So they do this in a podcast studio that they've got, and then they've got the young people in the church hosting a segment called Sermon Recap. And as you can see, it's like a separate series that they do.
What was my intro again? Hey, I don't have an
And they have a
intro.
lot of fun with it. They've got hip hop music and instrumentals playing.
Okay, guys, there's no intro today. Welcome to the sermon recap. I mean, there's no intro.
She's very youthy, very young.
Welcome to another sermon recap, where we take the previous Sunday service and we recap it. The previous Sunday, we had Pastor Wayne preaching to us about prayer, power, and purpose. Why? Because it's our new series. And I'm not alone as usual. I'm with Shantae.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, yeah. What's popping?
Okay, so they're in studio with a podcast setup, and they've got, as you can see, 2 cameras, as far as I can tell. One on the one presenter and one on the other presenter, and they switch it. Either you can switch this live with either StreamYard, OBS, or a streaming tool, or you do 2 cameras, and then you do 2 cameras, and then you switch. You do 2 cameras, and then you switch between the cameras in post-production.
Hey, Shantae.
Nothing.
Nothing's popping. Come on. I thought you were going to give me that energy. Let's find out.
Guys,
Pastor Wayne has got the answer to.
so here it looks like, yeah, I don't think they're using StreamYard, but they are using a live streaming tool. I think it might be OBS.
That. And he says in this one, it's important to have dreams.
It's just about Joseph's life. What happened to Joseph?
Go back a little
Let's
bit.
try
As you can
dreams.
see, they take the videos and they've also broken it down into timestamps, which helps you go to specific parts of the videos. You'll see my videos are done the same way.
Let's just speak a little bit about Joseph's life. What happened to Joseph?
Ah.
You know,
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
Of course.
Okay, so it's done professionally. They're really putting a lot of effort into it. And so people might look at views and say, I want to say, just don't worry about views because, you know, God will honor what you do. And we do what we do for the one person that changed. So that's really interesting. Then they got shorts as well.
Perhaps you're worried about your job. Perhaps you're worried about your finances. Perhaps you're worried about somebody that's ill that you love, or you're worrying about South Africa and your future. Don't get anxious, but in every situation, by prayer and supplication or petition God, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. What is the remedy when I start to feel stressed out? How do I prevent being stressed out when I'm starting to feel anxious?
As you can
Is to
see,
pray and to
as you can see, 101 views there. The shorts for ministries, they do really well as well. As you can see, 280. It takes a lot of consistency to break through and to get the high numbers, and that people actually subscribe for your shorts. And as we know from previous teachings, it's a segue into the rest of your catalog into your channel. Okay, I'm not gonna log in. I just want to look around. Okay. Okay, so they've got a page for their church. And as you can see there, it's well branded, know exactly which church it is, where it is.
we will never see a miracle. You will never see your miracle. Well, good morning.
Okay, you can see what he did there with the actual video is they do something I like to do, which is take either a prominent, a quotable quote or a part of the video that's going to pull you into the rest of the thing. See what he does, Jan.
Don't have faith in God. You're wasting your time. And without that, we will never see a miracle. You will never see your miracle. Well, good morning and welcome to another Saturday
Into the message.
morning with Time Out. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to prep your.
Okay, and so he shoots this. As you can see, it looks like he's on a hill. I think he's using his phone and the tripod. And then I really love what they're doing here. Okay, again, finish with the message. Just clicking off his phone and putting an intro in the back end. Another great way to promote your church or your ministry is photos of your activities and what they're doing. And look at what they're doing here. I'm also doing it with my stuff, is using emojis in your updates, right? And also using hashtags are very important. And so all your best photos, just showing activity, people being happy and busy with stuff. There's another timeout, and as you can see, they're doing it fairly regularly. They doing it like every week, I think. Okay, and seeing it's like a pro photo. What I'd like to see from the Living Word Church family is more quote cards. I don't see a lot of that, or scripture cards. And so here is what we call a sermon snippet, if you will.
Yeah, and you to be healthy.
So it's a reel of a sermon snippet. And so photos, the reason why photos work so well is because Facebook is a visual platform. Okay, there's like a quote card. It's a new day, God has restored you, fresh breakthrough for you. Okay, some photos.
Hey!
I can see either edited or shot in vertical, but I think this was edited.
Didn't see that one coming. Yo. Shanta, are you a magician?
Yes.
Yo.
Okay, sermon snippet.
Find that you're going to come under some more attack in your prayer life, or you're going to
Photos. So you can see the kind of content that they're creating here. Let's see, what are they doing on Instagram? Should be a lot of the same. Okay, can't see, somehow it's not working. Let's see what they're doing on Twitter. Okay, it wants me to log in, which I can't do from this page. Okay, so all in all, as you can see, very creative, using a lot of elements. So let's recap what they're doing. Website shares purpose, mission. It shares, it takes you on the journey. What can you expect when you engage with them? How can you get prayer? How can you give? The sermons, etc., social media handles, if you will, knowing exactly where to go, and branding is very strong. Then Facebook is, let's talk YouTube. YouTube snippets. Then they do a post show where they do a sermon recap. They do shorts. They also do something called timeout, which is outside of the church, in the field or in the streets, with their cell phone, and then just encouraging people. And then using shorts as a segue, the do reels of the sermon recap. They do sermon snippets in videos, short videos, obviously, and then they do some quote cards, and then also timeout. So I would say for this ministry, timeout is one of their I would say content where they're encouraging the church, going out, sharing a word. It's short, but not too short. And this is how Pastor Jack is really connecting with people outside of church and just encouraging. And I think that type of content is very, very important for people to do, because it takes people from outside to inside. And I'm not talking about inside the building. I'm talking about inside the community and engaging with them. So that was awesome. I want to hear what is from today's masterclass today's masterclass and review. What did you find valuable? What did you learn? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining. I'm excited to have you. I'm always on people to give me their time and come and spend time with us. really love spending time with you. So share with me or ask a question, anything. Share with me, what did you learn? What did you see that you liked? Or do you have any questions? And we're ready to answer that for you. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, if you're not part of our Telegram community, we share a lot of free resources during the week. And obviously this masterclass is also there. And that way you don't miss anything. We love having you. Give a few minutes more a few seconds more for questions or comments, or what did you learn? Really love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Great. Thank you so much again for joining us today. Remember, every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, we have a masterclass, a ministry miracle, where we share with you the latest tips and strategies to use media. And our objective is getting your message out to the world. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again in the next one.